This is Binoska. I'm telling you, I'm glad to come again on your way with episode 2 of our Uprise Music Productions. We are here to educate you on your rights as an artist, as a cultural professionalist, as an author, as a composer, as a producer, as a director, as whatever you are in the creative art industry. And we are here to this day to discuss about copyright. Now, I want you to keep your comments coming and make sure that you subscribe to all our channels, Uprise Music. Make sure you search us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, and all the other social media handles as you can see on the screen. Please do subscribe and make sure that your comment, very necessary, keeps coming. If you have a request, we will do it. Today too, I have some wonderful people in the studio with me, and as you know me, I'm Binoska, right? Bnoskka. But I have some wonderful guests. I want them to introduce themselves. I'm beginning from my left. He is a wonderful gentleman. I know him by Phillips.
Hi, so my name is Philip Iwan. I'm a musical artist, a film director, a blogger, and I also work with the music distribution company that's Untitled.
All right, and the lady.
Okay, so my name is Mex, Medx. You already know the name, right? So my government's name is Margaret Doe. I'm a public relations and marketing student from Ghana Institute of Journalism, and it's nice having you guys here today.
All right, so we are here just for the purpose of education. Whatever we say here is for education, and so if you have any comments or remarks or question, just type it in the chat box and we will respond to it appropriately. Right, so today we want to navigate copyright laws in the digital age. You know, copyright, if you have watched our first episode, we did say that copyright is part of the intellectual property laws we have, or intellectual property rights we have in this world. And so when we say copyright, basically we are saying that copyright is your right to copy. So who has that right? The person who has created that copyright. So that is the meaning of copyright. What can be copyrighted? Yes, so by law, we have what we call copyright eligible. If the item you want to copyright is not eligible by law, it is not what you think, it's by law. So if you go to Nigerian Copyright Decree Act, if it is not listed, it means you can't copyright it. If you come to Ghana Copyright Act, if it is listed as eligible, then you can. So let me take from the Berne Convention of 1886 and then the Ghanaian Copyright of 2005 at 690. What is eligible by copyright? 1. Artistic work, that is painting, drawing, sculpture, or literary work, as in musical works, whether audio or visual or audiovisual, or what they call a sound recording, which is different from music. So just my normal voice that I'm saying here, if you pick away this video and you take only the sound and you want to produce the sound in any way and I get to hear, I might sue you for infringement because you have not asked permission from me. But if you ask permission, don't call me on phone. Make sure that you have a written document from me, Binoska, and this production that we have authorized you to also use this sound in any. Some of you pick people's things and put them in a TikTok and you put your own picture on it and you think it's right. No, you need permission to do that. Unless if this video is already on TikTok and you want to do a duet, by law you can do that. That one we call it, we have monetized it, and so you are just running over it. And so we will get the right as long as people stream it on the digital platforms. So this in the new digital age. Now, at the same time too, when does copyright protection begins? So let's assume that Philip wants to create a music and the music is in his head. As long as the music remains in his head, it can never be protected. Or Max is thinking of or dreaming of a movie, and you have the movie, oh, I'll do this, I'll do that. It says in your head. Yes, it is never protected. You can even see somebody, the next 5 minutes, somebody else has made the same movie. There's nothing you can do as long as it remains in your head. Or let's assume you have written it in a book and you are keeping it under your pillow or maybe in your safe, or in your house, or in your bag, and you are carrying it along, as long as it remains there, it is not protected. How is it protected? By copyright, we call it publication or performance. Once you publish it, you come to Uprise Music, and then you pick a form, and we put your song, and then we publish it, and then you have the right or the protection. It's not about registration, no, publishing. Now, by performance, I mean that yes, Uprise Music is doing a program at the National Theatre, and we invite you as an artist. Philip, come and sing for us. The day you come and you say, oh, this is my new song, I want to come and perform it here. The day you perform it at the National Theatre, then the song is protected, or the movie is protected. So let's assume that you go to Silverbird and you want to premiere your movie there. The day you premiere it and it is out for everybody to see, it means it is protected. The day you finish that artwork and you show it to the whole world that I have drawn Michael Bamfo, beautiful like this, and I want to sell this picture, or I want to sell this drawing. That day you do, it is protected. So you don't need registration. But if you want to have a certificate to show that yes, indeed, on this day, on this year, on this month, at this place, I drew this picture, or I made this song, I did this movie, and this person was there, this person was there. We call it metadata. You have all these details to show that indeed I have done this work. Then the registration will confirm it. Then whenever there's a dispute over it, then the law will be able to use or provide a certificate of authorship or of ownership to show that indeed you have the right of protection. So that is what it means. Now, apart from that too, when we talk about copyright, basically we're trying to say that you have some benefit, because if it's not for benefit's sake, then why do you need to worry yourself? The benefit is that as long as you live, if somebody wants to make a cover version of that song or that movie, or wants to put it on TV, or wants to put it on a streaming platform, it is only you who have the right to do that. So let's assume that you have made a movie, you have made a picture, you've drawn something, you've written a book, you've written a song, you have composed a song. Even the song, sometimes it can even be the melody without lyrics. That is the tune. La 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 la. Just this. And if you have made it public to everybody, it means only you can pick that same song and put it in another music, or put it in another movie, or put it in whatever, or even perform it at parties. You have the right to do that. So if you don't authorize anybody to do, and you find out that people are using your work without your permission, then you can go to court. I'm not saying insult or go and fight. No, I say go to court. So by law, all copyright issues or intellectual property issues are heard only at the High Court. Only at the High Court. Because once that case is heard, then whatever the outcome of the decision becomes a law. Because in law, we have what we call tribunal court, we have circuit court, we have district court, we have the High Court, and then we have the Supreme Court. So it is at the High Court that intellectual property cases are heard. Once they hear your case and they pass judgment, then it has become law. That is what it means. So the benefit is that you protect your work and you have this right of ownership as long as you live. Now, there are two basic rights that you get from copyright as a benefit. One is what we know as the economic right. Economic right here simply means that as long as you live, and even if you die before 70 years, whoever inherits your intangible property, which is copyright, will also eat from it. Give it for license, give it for advertisement, give it for movie, give it for whatever reason. After 70 years when you die, then it becomes public domain, it becomes free. But before then, you only have to sell, put it on pen drive to sell at traffic light, or put it on CD to sell in a traffic light or whatever, until you give people right to do that on your behalf. Anybody who does that is infringing on your right. And it's a civil offense and a criminal offense as well, depending on how you want to tackle it to benefit you. The other right is what we call moral right. moral right here, I want to say that it never expires. It's forever and ever and ever. So the simple legal term we call it is it exists in perpetuity, meaning that as long as the work is available in this world, the moral right will never expire. Now, what is the meaning of moral right? Moral right simply means that your name being associated with the work. So there could never be a time that Binoska made a song and it will be credited to Philip made the song or Max made the song. No. As long as the work exists in this world, even it is billion years, it must be known that Binoska made it. Now, what are the benefits with this moral right and its challenges? One of the benefits is that as long as the work exists, any advert you even authorize, any performance you authorize for it to be done, and you find out that, oh, I authorize you people to do it, but I didn't anticipate that you are going to do it this way. You can go to court and say that court should refrain the person, even though you have charged the person 1,000 or 100,000 Ghana cedis or $100,000 or euro or whatever money you took. The court will listen to you, and for your morality's sake. And the reason why the court will listen to you is that moral means that your belief system, the things you like, the things you don't like. So let's take, for example, a critical example. You made a song, and then a company contacted you. We want to use your song for an advert, but they didn't tell you exactly what advert is going to be. They said, we're going to use it for an advert, and you were happy. You needed money, and they gave you 200, 500,000 Ghana cedis. You took the money, and then the advert came out, and you realize that it is weed. They are using your song to promote weed. It's funny, eh? So they are using your song to promote weed. Or maybe let's go for like contraceptive, like condom. And your faith says that you shouldn't associate your work with condoms, or maybe alcoholic drink, or maybe weed, or maybe anything. And you think that it doesn't sit well with your name, that you will be remembered that you made a song and your song was being used for weed adverts. So you go to court, and the court would hear you, and when all evidence prove that maybe you are 7th day or later day or whatever day church you belong to, and your religion prevents you, or your faith prevents you, or your faith does not agree. I just want to use all these words: prevent, agree, confirm, or concur, okay, with whatever product your music has been used for. The court will listen to you and then give an injunction to refrain from the usage of your song in that particular advert. So that is the moral right. In fact, sometimes somebody can even use your work in a different medium. Let's say you made a song and the person sat down and write your words in the song and put it into a book, and the book is promoting something you don't like. You can still go to court, and the court will listen to you and listen to your petition, and then find out what to do to bring peace. And so the courts are there for peace, and they are there to solve dispute. Don't be afraid of courts. Don't be afraid of anything. And this is where I would drop the curtains here, and hope that you have some wonderful questions for me too today. So let's go.
Okay, so starting with me.
Yep.
You know, some people would take your content and put a disclaimer on it before they put it out there, saying that this content does not belong to us, but we are just using it as a promotive, whatever.
Yeah.
Now, so when that happens, sometimes they even give you credit.
Yeah.
Some people don't. Some people too also give you credit.
Yeah.
In circumstances like that, how do you deal with it?
Good. So in this digital age, there's what we call a digital footprint or digital address. Digital address simply states that whatever you create, a system has been able to identify your work and giving you a unique code. So wherever your work is placed, you decide whether they give you credit or they don't give you credit, because the digital system is a means of money. It's a monetary system. If you decide that, okay, they've given me credit and they are showing that I am the one, my moral right has been stated and economic right is put there, I want to decide. I want exclusivity, meaning I don't want my work to be mixed with anything. So you will have to file You file a complaint with a digital process. Another time we'll discuss how to go into details about that. But you basically, if you have monetized your channel and somebody put that disclaimer, automatically they will get a notification, or you will be notified that somebody has made a cover or has put your music or whatever into this medium. What do you want to do? There are two things you can go. You can say, I want exclusivity, so they should pull it down. Or you can say that, okay, let them stream, but give me the money. So that's what we are striking. That is the word, strike. So striking means you can make a video and somebody's video will pop into it, or somebody's music will pop into it. And then it doesn't matter, you can get 100 million streams. And all the 100 million streams, the money converted will go to the original owner. That is what it means.
Okay, so actually something happened to me personally.
Okay.
So I did a cover of Rihanna, Lift Me Up, and I put it out on TikTok.
Yeah.
I put the thing out on TikTok, and then in about some hours, I got a notification that that particular song was exclusivity, right?
Yeah.
So they took down the audio
Yeah.
from the song, and it was just left with the video.
Yeah. The video will be there, and when they take down the song, what it means is that they'll mute it. So you watch the video, you are not hearing anything. It's so funny.
Anything,
Yeah, so that's what it means. Sorry. Next time, now you know. All right, Philip.
With her scenario, is it because of the beat, let's say, that made them take it down, or is it because of the lyrics you said?
It includes everything: the lyrics, the sound,
I used
everything.
the sound online to re-sing the song, and it took everything down.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm curious. You did mention that copyright begins once you publish it, right?
Yes.
If let's say I'm a creator, okay,
Yeah.
I create lots of things. So I have a song in my head, and I have my sister here who she's also into music, right? And then she comes to my house and I have this song in my head. I'm like, probably singing out loud or something, just in the confines of my room. She comes, meets me, she hears of it. The next morning, she's going to the song and she's like, it's in millions. Can I take what money from her?
Of course. The moment you sang the song to her, you see, I said it's not only publishing, but performance. And performance is not only by public performance. If it's a private thing, as long there's a third party, somebody was there to hear it. And by law, you have to prove that indeed, this day, this time, I sang this song to this person. And then the person who also now has gone to do proper recording, okay? The studio will say, okay, indeed, the person came here to record on this day. And then it will also confirm that the person heard it before going to the studio, okay? And so that is what it basically means. Sometimes there are a lot of cases which has gone to court, but mostly what they prefer to do is that they want to settle out of court. Because sometimes when you go through the court processes, yes, for whatever remedy they are seeking, the court will also add a charge, a cost to it. The filing fee and everything, they will put it away. So in order not to create any more problems, you say, let's settle out of court. And when you are done, you're getting what you want. More questions?
I'm curious. For a situation like this, right? Let's say I'm only with her and I did sing to her. How do I prove something like this if she sort of denies it?
It will be your word against my word.
Exactly, your word against my word. But for all you know, maybe you might have sung it to somebody else, or somebody might have heard you sing it before. But mostly, all I want to say is that we need to rely on integrity, okay? Not being integrity to other people, to yourself, because it protects you. You have a song and you want to record. Go to a studio. Go to a studio. There has been cases where even somebody going into a studio and he sings his songs to the studio engineer, and in the process, somebody who is also in the studio also move away from that same studio and go to another studio and also start to record. Okay, and when the issue went into copyright arbitration, there's also arbitration. I should have mentioned that we have arbitration system. You can go to copyright office because sometimes the court processes is expensive, so you don't want to incur cost. You can just walk into copyright office and pay for arbitration. They will call the parties and then said, so in this arbitration, the person came and he said, no, I didn't hear your song. Okay, then the producer who the original guy sang the song, he said, but that day I remember you were in the studio. And lo and behold, there was a CCTV camera in the studio which captured that he was there. whilst the guy was singing. And then the studio that he also went to did, the time that the original song being sung there, also differed from the studio that the time that he reported in that studio. So it means you heard it and you quickly moved from here and you went to the other place to go and record. So there is always a way out. But if it is within bedrooms, then it's going to be your word against my word. Yeah. More questions?
Oh, yes, more questions. So, in Ghana as it stands now, we don't really have any formal education or copywriting, because I think a lot of people don't really know this. It's only a few people who do know about these things. Are there any governmental institutions that are responsible for like educating people on these things?
Okay, thank you. This one, I'm going to throw it back to you. I want to find out, is there a specific institution in Ghana that educate people about when you build your house, how to protect it? No, yes. The reason why I'm saying that is that copyright is like your house. It's like your car. So you don't need any specific institution to educate you. It is up to you to protect what you have. So this misconception, I get it a lot. Yeah. Oh, the institutions are not protected. Which institution do you want to protect? I've never seen any school which has been set up that we are educating people about your house. When thieves come to break into your house, this is the process to go through to protect it. No, it doesn't exist. And it's a property. The reason why people see it that way, there should be special education about it, is that because it's intangible, you cannot hold it. So people think that there should be a special school to train. No. What I know is that anybody who does a law degree in any part of the world, you are trained on intellectual property as one of the processes by law. And then also in the universities, especially University of Education, Winneba, there are basic courses. You can go through those courses to learn about these things. And then also, our program that we're doing is also another means to educate people. So I encourage people, as you watch, you to share the video to your friends so that whatever you've learned here, they can also learn same. Yes, one more questions.
I have a question.
Good.
In this digital world that we are in, digital is like literally everywhere in every space, right?
Yeah.
And then we live in a physical world where there are like divisions and wars and conflict. Does copyright run in every country?
Great. So the Berne Convention of 1886 that I said was the foundation of the whole world copyright. So it runs everywhere in the world. And by Berne Convention, this was done in 1886. In fact, it started from 1882, 83, 84. There were a lot of talks about it, that we have to have a law which protects copyright worldwide. And so that was the Berne Convention, which was officially made in 1886. In the year 1886, right? And we are in 2024, 2025, 2026. So you should not say that expired. No. But every country should pass their own copyright law. And in Ghana, we've had several. We have the law of monopoly. When the British came here, it was working. And then Kwame Nkrumah came and we had our first copyright law in 1962. Then in 1975, we had another one. And then in 2005, we had the current one that we have, of which we've had 2 amendments in it, not entirely. So it doesn't expire. But all that we're trying to say is that copyright is a personal property, like your house, your car. The digital space operates in this way, that if somebody made a song, then make sure that if you think that people will infringe your songs on TikTok, Instagram, and all the other digital platforms, put it there first yourself and monetize it. When you put it there first yourself and you monetize, that is when you will be able to get the economic right I spoke about earlier. Yeah. You get a benefit from that. And so when people also want to make a cover, like your situation, you can decide, I want exclusivity. I don't want anybody to make any cover. Or you can give people the leeway to go. And then whenever they do, you strike them. You strike them by meaning the longer streams they get, you are getting the money. That is all that it means.
So let me just ask this quick one. When it comes to like YouTube, when somebody let's say an artist in Ghana brings out a song and you go and do like a breakdown of the song, that particular song, how are you going to strike as an artist because the person has used your music video in their
their production.
Yes.
All right. So by YouTube, like I said earlier, that anytime you put anything on the digital platforms, it creates a digital address. And that digital address is unique to that particular song, and it starts from the first second of the song to the last second. So even if you are breaking it down, let's say we, as part of this education, we want to play somebody's song. The moment you start, you play that first 5 seconds, the system will catch you. It's automatic. This is intellectual, what do you call it, artificial intelligence, and it will catch you automatically. And then the person can decide that, okay, I don't want this work to even have 5 seconds of my work, so please pull it down. So they'll mute the whole production. But if you want the thing to continue going, then it's fine. But if you also want the thing to be done and not being strike, then you need license. You need to find the author and tell him that I want to use your song for this purpose and I'm going to play it on this digital platform. Then there will be a communication whereby they will also create a new digital content for your work and then be able to make sure that you have a unique exclusivity. But we haven't gotten there yet because everybody is trying to make sure they maximize profit by refusing making sure that they have exclusivity or striking you. And if you don't want to be strike, then do the needful.
Can somebody watch you use their product and just strike you one time and strip you of everything?
Oh yes, sometimes they can even take away your whole page away, because it's like we have one complaint from Binoska. Binoska says that Mex is using my work too much. They notify you, you are not responding. Philip also notify you that you are using their content for this. Uprise Music also notify you, you are using their content for things and you are not responding. Oh, the next moment you see that your YouTube page or your Facebook account or your Instagram account, it is gone. And unfortunately, all the subscribers will also go. So you have to start from day one, where you subscribe, you ask people to subscribe from 1, 2, then you'll be building up. That's the unfortunate part. Yeah, it's a painful. You have experienced that before?
No.
Oh, okay. When you experience, you see how painful it is.
I think with YouTube, I think YouTube has a very flexible, in terms of copyright, they have like 2 layers. I think they have the strike, and then they have one which is claim. So the claim allows the copyright holder to make money off whatever you have put out there. And you don't make anything. So if you make like 1 billion streams, you don't need even 1 cent.
Exactly.
It goes to me.
It goes to you.
If the copyright holder uses a strike, that one you cannot even post even a copy of it.
Yeah,
and
it's gone.
You, like,
it's gone.
Like very severe.
Yeah.
So how can you know? Well, sometimes you cannot really know because the person wouldn't want to strike you. He or she would want to allow you to go a bit before his strike, right?
We are not in the minds of people to decide what they want. Right. But the point is that once you put there and the system notify them that you are infringing on their rights, so they will be notified. If they decide to overlook, then it's okay. If they don't, and they wish to say that we want to claim the money from your thing, or we want exclusivity, so take him out, then that's your disadvantage.
One last. I've had experience with this one where the copyright owner will not even allow you to put at all. So the second the thing goes on the server, it just goes off.
Yeah.
It just goes on.
All right. So
what happens with the DJs?
Oh, everybody. DJs.
They take people's songs, different songs, and they don't actually pay.
So if you have not monetized, maybe another time we can discuss into that. Okay. If you have not monetized, then it means you are just streaming for other people to get money. But the moment you monetize, it means you also want to get benefit. That's where your problem will start. So this is how time will allow us for this session. My name is Binoska, Bnoskka. You can Google me on the internet and you can follow all our social media handles. Uprise Music, it is very simple. we do production, we do recording, we do distribution, we do publishing as well. Make sure you locate all our offices in Ungwa, in Accra, Ghana, and wherever you are in the world, just pick up your phone and call our numbers, and whatever service you need, we will be able to grant you that. It has been a wonderful discussion, and this is the news I'm telling you.
Bye.